You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another universe, a universe of sound, a universe of sight, a universe of mind. You're moving into a universe of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You just crossed over into the cryptoverse. Bitcoin dumpola. Do not fear. This is the time to buy in the history of Bitcoin. Now, this is just starting from 2023, the daily chart here. You can see that this is historically a good time to buy right here, right now, with the understanding it could come down lower. Now I'm talking about just buying on the spot market with no leverage. Bitcoin, if you go here, you see this, see that we're bottomed here back in April of this year. Go back to the left on this dotted line and see how it matches the top of this range here. So in essence, this big crash here, boom, bounced off this previous old top back here, and this is just how it works over and over and over. So is this current crash over right now? I'm going to re-edit this video. I'll do this analysis first, and then I'll give you my sub story after the analysis, because my analysis has been wonderful. I'm just so happy. Okay, it's just I can literally sit here, folks, and watch the price of this and say, oh, when it hits this line, it's going to go down or it's going to go up, and it has not translated into profit for me. It's really annoying. But anyways, okay, recently 89,000. Let's just say 90,000. It has bounced off there. Now go back to the left and see how that matches up. See how it's matching up. Let's see. Let's zoom in. See how that is matching up with the bottom of this range back here, and also the top of this little range here. See, that's no coincidence. So this dump could be over, right? It's just this. The analysis could just be that easy. I've been watching this for a long time, or it could continue. So if this were to continue, what would happen? Say it does this and it's coming down here, and it's coming down here, and you'd want to watch right here. See, you would look for this. It would be kind of a double bottom, the line I showed earlier. See this guy here, back to the left, right? That would be something to watch for, and that's at about 72,000. If you see it come down to 72,000, folks, that's when that's just a golden area to buy Bitcoin. Don't use leverage. For total transparency, I always have said in the past that you need to be careful listening to people on YouTube when you put your money into this stuff, and what so you need to know who you're listening to. And I indeed got liquidated again here. Don't know what to say about that. It just kind of lulled me to sleep, and it's just kind of a technicality, right? I always say this is like your opponent is a supercomputer. I was in hedge mode, long and short at the same time. It was just a wonderful strategy, and a couple times now I've ran into just kind of little technical issues, little stupid things. If I just would have had another $100 or $200 in liquidity and dry powder ready to go, I'd have been fine, and I would just be in this massive profit right now, right? Because I was shorting all the way up here, shorting everything I had left, shorting at the very, very top. I was shorting right up here, just perfect. You couldn't be better, and I just ran out of dry powder. Right, my leverage is just a little bit too high. It's just like $100 or $200 in price. It's just, and now, it sucks because this was a massive profit. Boom, right? I just want you to know I'm probably behind like 15 grand or something. I stopped keeping track. I've gotten liquidated a few times, but I am an inch. I'm an inch away from being a millionaire, right? I want you to know this is my buy a house, get rich project, right? I don't put in, that's one of the things, right? Is I'm sitting here surrounded by like $20,000-$30,000 in eBay inventory that I sell on eBay, right? And I didn't have I didn't have an extra $200 to stick in to protect my position from getting liquidated, because I just wasn't. It sucks. There's a hump to get over, right? There's a hump to get over in doing this, and it's hard to get over the hump, right? Where get enough money built up to the point where you can just do this for a living, right? There's a hump, and I've get to the hump a couple times. And I just stupid stuff because I made a dumb mistake and I got liquidated. But it's just, just I'm an inch away from, this is my project where I break out of the bubble, right? The rat race bubble. This is how I view this, and and I just have been so close. See, that's the whole thing is the last 5 years or so, since 2020, late 2020, I've been using leverage because I'm a small fish, right? And I don't feel like I have enough, and I want to buy a house, and I want to buy land, and I want to have enough money to do whatever I want, or the ironic thing is if if I would have just been buying Bitcoin on the spot market with no leverage this entire time for 5 years, I probably would be in for an average of like 30,000 Bitcoin price. I'd triple my money, and I probably could have put in 40 or 50 grand, and I could be sitting on 150, maybe 200 grand right now, and I would have enough cash to just go pretty much do what I want. Just think about that. That's my lesson. I like showing my failures because I think you can probably gain more from that than anything else. So think about that. Maybe that's a strategy I do now that you should adopt too. Just buying on the spot market. It's annoying. It's hard for the typical person to win at this outside of just buying on the spot market. But the problem is I'm happy with it, the money I've lost, because I've got education. And if you've been watching my channel, you've heard some of the things I said, and I didn't know our financial system was essentially a criminal syndicate, but no one's responsible for it today, right? That's you can't blame the people that are here today doing it, because they're just been born into it, right? It's an ugly thing, and but as long as we all agree it works, then it does work pretty good. But I don't want to go down that road. But the point I'm getting to is that money markets are rigged. This is essentially a crime. It's it's exactly like someone getting mugged on the street and beaten up and their wallet stolen. The only difference is that it's there is no difference. That's what's going on. It's just not. It's not a crime. It's legal. It's a legalized crime, right? The public has been buying up here, just like they bought up here, right? And just to see it go down, and they sell down here, get liquidated, and then this happens, and here comes the public. Or they buy up here, and then it just goes down here, and then they get liquidated, or they sell just for it to go up here. And now, no, it's awesome again. They're buying up here, and it's no damn, but they lost all their money again. That's essentially what Wall Street is, and it's a ugly thing. I don't have the words to put it into properly, but I didn't want to make that video. But that's just what I'm saying. I didn't know these things, and I guess the one thing I did know is, back in the 80s when I was in school, we had teachers that they told us that we were the first group of Americans that will not have any Social Security available to them when we retire, right? I'm 55. I'm an X generation, and lots of people listening to this will probably be younger, but it's a Ponzi scheme, right? Our Social Security net, and this is a Ponzi scheme, and I didn't realize that. I just wanted the things I've learned. I just want to put them out there. I don't know. Someone might find some value. I know our entire financial structure is like like an onion. You take off a layer, and it's just another layer of Ponzi, Ponzi after Ponzi after Ponzi. Right? It's just, and as long as we all agree on it, it works really good. But it's going to be interesting. I, there's the Social Security will run out. But the thing about it is they can just print more money, and it's just fairy dust. So they can probably just print $5 trillion and make Social Security all better. But as long as we all agree on it, it's actually a wonderful system. But yeah, so that's that. It's criminal. This is criminal, right? This is, and if you were an alien and you came here from another planet, and you were able to sit up in our atmosphere and see everything we've done for the last 100, 200 years, it would be a social scale criminal web. uh, it's hard to put into words, but the money, it's like I make scavenger videos. Oh, and I want to say something about scavenger. This is boardsort.com, e-waste circuit boards. I'd been hoarding this stuff, stacking this stuff in a storage center, and this is gold fingered circuit boards, gold plated circuit boards, precious metals and stuff. This is almost quadrupled. I judge it by this one here, this gold fingered rams. You might know these. See these little ram sticks that are in your computers. When I started collecting these, they were $12 a pound. They're currently $43 a pound. It takes about a dozen of these to weigh a pound, a little over a dozen, 12 to 14. And they're at $43 a pound. This almost quadrupled since I started stacking them up. I just want to throw that out to you if you want a side gig. All these circuit boards, basically any kind of circuit board is worth good money or worth money. Some of them are worth real good money. Here's a cell phone. You can sell cell phones and stuff. But I just thought that was interesting on a side note. It's like in my scavenging videos, I'll follow like a flood ditch or something, or you can see where water runs, and there'll be little collection pools where the water swirls, and that's kind of what, or that's kind of what money markets are. And I'm not just talking about the United States. This is worldwide. Money markets are kind of like a flood ditch, like a heavy rain, wherever you'll see water flowing, collecting, and running. There'll be like a catch pit, little catch pits where the water will kind of stagnate and pool up, and anything that's dragged through the area where the water came from, that'll collect down there, like a dollar bill or like your car keys or whatever, pennies and nickels and dimes, and it'll be like a little catch pit with all this stuff sitting there. That's kind of what money markets are. It's like a catch pit. Right? The public's this is massive profits, and the public gets interested here, right? And then dumps and then down here is a catch pit where the big players and the whales. It's literally it's rigged. In essence, it's a rigged crime, because the sophistication, right? They can see everything. They can see everyone's entry prices. They can see where everyone sets. They can see everything. They got all the information, right? And the public doesn't. It's like a catch pit. So here's where all the money gets caught, and all the big players take it. I say Wall Street. It's not Wall Street. It's just any big player anywhere, right? And then but this is massive, and these a lot of these pumps, they're induced. And now, it's awesome again. Social media is now social media makes it even worse because people have no idea what they're doing, get sucked in. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put everything in up here. Boom, catch pit down here. All the big players take your money, and it's just it just keeps repeating. Awesome. Boom, catch pit, and this could come lower. This could be a double bottom. It could be a double bottom at 72,000. So watch out for that. If it comes down to 72,000, back the truck up, unload your pickup truck on that, That's a great time to buy, and it has been. So right now is probably a good time to buy, and that's it. That's it. Yeah. Okay. So later. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.